Mystaru is here. Cereal. What's going on with cereal?
You saw my page?
How are you, son? Did you take a foul tip as a youngster? What happened to you, son?
I'm
Why,
like Jerry
why do you
Seinfeld.
think
You
you know
can't
what?
have enough cereal,
Wait,
but the boxes have to be lined up perfectly.
I explained to the people. I saw the picture. I'm like, go ahead.
Okay. So just like as a store faces the boxes this way, I face them end to end so you can fit more in. And I go by, healthy to sugar cereal. And I always have, I don't know, 12, 15 at a
Yeah,
time.
you got a hell of a batch of cereal.
That's the way I roll, Doc. Jerry Seinfeld did as well. Everyone, that was in the background of every shot in a Seinfeld.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I, I, I just couldn't get over it. And in other words, I love cereal. Don't get me wrong,
Yes,
but
you're
I'm
my
lucky
man.
if I have a box up there. If
Oh,
you had like 12 boxes
minimum,
minimum,
minimum. When's cereal not good? Morning, noon, and night.
cereal. That's a good point.
Get home late from a show, cereal, right
Cere-
there.
You know what? And I'll tell you what, we're going to do this twice now. Do you have a favorite cereal? Or
Frosted
does it,
Flakes.
it changes?
No, it'd probably be Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. Okay. And do you have a least favorite cereal, one that you tried, you never
Oh,
buy again?
anything with marshmallows in it. Lucky
Yeah,
Charms,
yeah, yeah,
probably.
yeah. I'm with
Yeah.
you. Oh, Julie with a G, your comedy minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I consider myself a lucky person. I've been fairly successful, and I honestly I wouldn't be where I am today without my parents and the time I spent behind bars. I got drunk and pet a police horse. That's apparently considered assaulting an officer. Uh, I told the
Wait,
cop, I'm like, I've pet plenty of human officers before, but they didn't seem to mind. He was like, no, you've been on probation this year and you've already been to jail. And a lot of people are surprised, maybe not surprised that I've been to jail, but it's a little insulting because I'm successful. Okay. And honestly, it was a DUI. The tree was in the middle of the crosswalk. No harm, no foul. Nobody got hurt. But I love jail. It reminded me a lot of sleepaway camp. Everyone had matching outfits. There was organized sports that I coordinated. And we'd stay up late telling ghost stories, not around a fire, around an ashtray. This one night, my bunkmate, Diana, who we were talking about earlier, she was telling one of her stories, and she was like, there was this woman tripping acid in the forest who stabbed her boyfriend 11 times with a tree branch. I was like, Diana, that's not a story. That's why you're here. I miss her. We still talk.
Ruth Brandt is here. Ruth, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Scott. It's a pleasure.
What about
Yeah.
comedians now that you like?
Well, I love the great Jerry Seinfeld. I
Yeah.
had the good fortune of meeting him by accident in Malibu.
Did you?
A few years ago. It was very weird. It was on my birthday. I kid you not.
Wow.
I had posted a picture of us on Instagram when this happened. I want to say it happened 2 years ago on my birthday. I was with my youngest daughter, Elizabeth, and we had just finished lunch and we're walking by and she says, Mom, that's Jerry Seinfeld. He was sitting having coffee on this little area outside of a little cafe. And I said, what are you talking about? No, you're not. And then I look up and I see his blue high top shoes that I saw in his special. He's just,
But anyway, keep going. So did you go over then?
Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did.
Okay.
I threw myself at him. Anyway,
Are you serious?
I did. I have no fear. What is somebody going to do to me?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead. Let them know.
There were no police around. I was safe. So anyway, I went up.
That's funny.
I circled him. Everybody's sitting around pretending that it's not Jerry Seinfeld sitting next to me.
not Ruth.
Anyway, he's sitting with the guy who owns the cafe. He's having a bagel, have his coffee. I'm like this close to him. I said, Jerry, I love you. I love your work. I think you're amazing. To his credit, he didn't tell me to leave, or, you know, he didn't look alarmed. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't exactly look like a threat to society, right?
No.
And I said, I know you don't,
I know you think I'm crazy.
I know you don't take pictures, so I won't bother you about that. And then my daughter had walked up and he says, what are you doing here? I said, well, I'm with my daughter and it's my birthday. So we're in Malibu. And he says, oh, come over here. He motions Elizabeth
No
over.
lie.
Yeah. And then he says, Morty, whatever his name was, he says, take a picture of us. So there's a picture of
Wow.
me, Jerry, and my daughter Elizabeth. And it was like meeting an old relative at a bar mitzvah.
Is that on your Facebook page?
From 2 years ago.
All right.
Scott Faulconbridge, your comedy minute. Go ahead, buddy.
So I am 58 years old, and
Right.
You celebrate things differently when you're 58. You know, like for example, just last week, very exciting news. I just found out my childhood bully died.
Okay.
Which is great. You know, no more looking over my shoulder at lunch, and
Right.
I'm so pumped about, because I take care of myself, because you know this doesn't just happen. You know,
Right.
I work out at the gym. I get lots of compliments. Looking good, Mr. Burns. But here's the thing that I don't like about the gym is people who are like half my age telling me how they feel old.
Yeah.
At the gym, like you'll hear things like, "Oh, I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20." Oh yeah, I'm closer to death than I am to birth.
By the way, Scott, I'm 62.
So you know of what I speak.
Meryl Klemow, go ahead.
All right. Okay. I'm so happy to be here. As you may have noticed, I am a large bosomed woman.
Okay.
I just saw you for the first time. You looked down the whole time.
Yeah, I was trying to keep my head up. Go ahead.
See, and it's usually when I do shows, it's usually one or two drunk women that clap for that. Men never seem to, really clap for the bosom anymore.
Well, we know better.
Exactly. It's out of fashion now. But they're the only things nurturing about me. I feel like I have the kind of boobs of a woman that knows how to make soup. Like a chowder or something. It's very grandma. And my breast size is a 40G, which I feel like should be a currency in Dubai, like not a breast size, not too big. And it's different when you have bosoms as large as mine. Going to get fit for a bra is not a very good experience. It's kind of humiliating.
Right.
Where like, you're taken to some place where the slogan is "Life begins at D," and they take you backstage, and instead of a hot girl taking your measurements, it's always two women. One has a beard, and they, I get my temperature taken rectally for no reason, and someone puts in a mouth guard. They have to use farming tools. It's very weird.
When these happen, I get hung up. I didn't get past the soup.
Not many people do. Not many people do.
It looked like I know how to make soup.